Alrighty, here we go. Um, we've got this 926 recapped, and the chassis is pretty much done. We've already tested and did an alignment on it, and cleaned up a few odds and ends that needed to get taken care of. We scrubbed the switch assembly for the band selector. Now, when I first started this thing, I must be suffering from Joe Biden syndrome because I didn't take any pictures of under chassis before starting, and usually on all the other radios I have before and afters of everything, even the inside of the cabinet and outside of the cabinet, from soup to nuts, as they say. But I don't know, in the last video, if you watched it in the checkout video, there was a great big barrel resistor electrolytic cap in here that was an axial that was stuffed down in here. I'm not sure if there was an original one. Usually these little rectangular openings are for a band that goes around one of those axials or a multi-section cap to the circuitry, and I'm thinking that's what they replaced. But all four sections of that canister electrolytic capacitor, it's a multi-section. There's 4 capacitors in that can. They were all hooked up. That's obviously the reason why we had such an issue with it when we brought it up under test. So now we've got 4 individuals in here on 2 newly added terminal strips. And all I did was pull the can, and as much as I could to get access to snip the terminals off the can. I don't know if you can see them down in there. Snipped them down flush and then reinstalled the can. So that was taken care of. There was an itty bitty, I think it was a 2 microfarad right there, that was replaced. And now all the other caps were, all the other waxies were gone. I pulled and replaced them. There was no wiring issues in here as far as I could tell. They used very good wire on this stuff. There were a few resistors that were out of tolerance. This one here on that IF, and where am I looking at here? Oh, there it is. That one right there. These 2 resistors are perform the same function for both of these tubes. They're both BA6s, and they're both connected at the same points on each respective tube. So those 2 were replaced. There was 2 over here. I don't know if you can see them. One right there and one right there that were replaced. They were connected in on the terminals of the canister capacitor. I transferred the identifiers. This one here was not identified. This one here was the unlisted one on the can, as far as the can was. So now that we got that done, like I said, we already tested it and aligned it, and the chassis is refinished. Let me turn this thing over and give you a look at the top side. Stand by. Okay, here is the top side. We replaced the lamp with an amber colored Christmas tree bulb, ready for Christmas. Somebody already replaced the silicon rectifier in here with a silicon diode. These caps, these bumblebees, I decided to leave those because they were dressy, and there's not that much electricity voltages on them, so they should be adequate until the end of time. No, let's see, yes, the 19C8, this one here, that one there was the only one that needed replacement. And let's see, we've got the new stickers on the chassis. If the phone will focus, this here is your FM antenna. This here just dangles off in space. I noticed that it brings in a much sharper reception if it's kind of running near the power cord. Let's see what else we need here. We've modified the interlock to incorporate the polarized power cord. That tape was just to protect me. Plugging and unplugging during test. This part here, this back side here, will go inside the box on the back panel and be screwed down so that it will interlock when the back panel is replaced. This here is the connection to the external antenna terminal on the back panel. And that is pretty much everything we have done on this chassis. Let me turn this thing around if I can, and let me use both hands. Alright, there's the front. The dial panel has been cleaned and polished, and a coat of clear on it. The knobs are reconditioned or refurbished. The dial needle is being cured right now. I don't want to grab it and leave a print on that face. So it's curing right now. So there is that. Now this is ready to go back into the cabinet when the cabinet's ready, and I just so happen to have the cabinet pretty close to ready, or pretty much ready. Ah, hell, it's ready. It's already been cleared, probably about 9 coats, 8 coats on there. The doomy digit indicator right there is new. The old one was just too scratched up and too difficult to rework in order to get a good indication of on. It has a new sticker on it. I managed to salvage the window dressing on the top and the sides. This blemish right there, I couldn't get it out, so I blended and tried to tone it down so that it would come smooth with the rest of this surface here. There is a few little dimplings in here. I didn't want to take it too far, or else I would have lost all finishing. So, and then here is a new speaker grill cloth that will go in right there. And here is the new Lexan panel. Got this at Home Depot. They got a thing for every need. That will go back up in there whenever whenever I get around to putting everything back in it. So the back panel is still like it was. Anything else that has to go onto here? Yes, I think I do. I think I do need to, if I'm not mistaken, I think that there might suffice. I'll have to protect it a little bit with some finish to keep it from flaking. But I think that will be adequate, because all that's missing on the right side of that label is the border, so there's no information lost there. So there we are. So in the next video we'll do the operation video on this and get it ready for display and listing, and we'll do a demonstration. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.